Okay. I'm gonna ask Fred if he's okay. Once I'm gonna ask.
Good evening. Welcome to the Jackson County Board of Education December board meeting. We're glad to be here at East Jackson Middle School. Thank you for the hospitality and the wonderful facility that we have here. As far as I'm glad to see a lot of people here, a lot of things on the agenda tonight. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Ms. Barnett. As far as I think she has a group to lead us in the pledge of.
Thank you. Welcome to East Jackson Middle School. At this time, I would like to introduce 6th grade student Caleb Nunley and his teacher, Miss Moore. And Caleb will be leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance tonight. So if you don't mind, if you'll rise for the pledge.
Everybody?
All right, Caleb, are you ready?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job. Thank you, Caleb, and thank you, Miss Moore.
Thanks, Caleb.
Everybody thank everybody.
Thank you, Caleb.
Thank
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Dr. Howard.
Well, I hope everybody's had a chance to take a look at the agenda tonight. As far as at this time, can I get a motion that we approve the agenda as written?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Dr. Howard, turn it over to you.
Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Barnett and Miss Alexander and the entire East Jackson Middle School team. We appreciate the opportunity to be here, and we have a full house, and that's exciting. So for those of you who are not able to attend all of our board meetings, you hopefully will enjoy this experience, because one of the things that we take great pride in is highlighting each of the schools that we visit. So this particular meeting being held at East Jackson Middle School, we'll be highlighting East Jackson Middle in just a minute. I just want to remind our board that our January board meeting comes back quickly after our winter break, and we will be highlighting our Teachers of the Year at that meeting. So that will be held at Jackson County Comprehensive High School in January, and we'll look forward to that. So please mark your calendars. Without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to Miss Barnett and let you introduce and give us an overview of some of the exciting happenings at East Jackson Middle School. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Dr. Howard, and thank you, board, for joining us this evening. I am excited for you to be here this evening and have an opportunity to hear from our students and staff themselves about some of the great things that are happening. So at this time, I am going to actually turn it over to the East Jackson Middle School news crew. We are actually going live, so if you will direct your attention to our screen.
Thank you, Ms. Barnett. I'm here with Mr. David Poston, the coach of our SOAR team. So, David, why don't you tell us a little bit about what went on this summer in sort of revamping or creating the SOAR team?
Yeah, so we kind of got together and decided that our school would really be served well by taking on a new identity in some ways and kind of building off of some of the growth we had seen last year. So the SOAR program, it became kind of a new approach to what we've clearly been trying to do for years, but it just has taken off so well. Over the summer we came together, we had a team of people, and they asked me to be the coach, and I was, of course, anything to do with helping the environment of our school to be better and for us to do a better job reaching each student, I was definitely on board with. And so jumped in, we met, and came up with some ways that our students could be encouraged each day to do their best, whether it be academically or even in their social interactions, and from classroom to the lunchroom, hallways, outside, inside. We really looked at each concept and each part of our school, and we wanted the SOAR program to influence every student in every place.
Awesome. So now we're going to turn it over to Ms. Annika Sorrow, who is at the board meeting, and they're going to take the SOAR program and discuss it a little bit further. Take it away, Annika.
Annika Sorrow, reporting live from East Jackson Middle School. With me, I have a group of 6th and 7th graders. Now, Mark, I've heard all about this SOAR program. Tell me about it.
Well, the SOAR program is an acronym for 4 very character-defining words, and those words are self-control, on task, accountable, and respectful. So an example of each of those words are for self-control, to keep your hands and feet together at all times, for on task, to complete your work without being a distraction, accountable, to report directly to your destination, and respectful is to treat all your teachers and peers fairly. Now, when teachers catch students doing SOAR, they will reward them with points.
Now, Eli, tell me about these points.
Well, the way that you earn SOAR points is by meeting the expectations. Each student has their own QR code in their agenda, so it's easy. Students place their agenda on their desk at the beginning of class, and the teacher will come around with the PBIS app on their phones and scan your QR code to award you points. These points are used to have special rewards, and you can purchase these rewards weekly. Also, if you're a parent, you can use the PBIS parent app to see how well your child is doing.
Wait, so Lindsay, you can redeem these points?
Yes, on Mondays and Tuesdays during first period, a student can go to their teacher and purchase items from the SOAR store with their points. The teacher will enter the student's purchases into the program using their computers. And the rewards range from 10 to 100 points, and most rewards can be redeemed whenever you choose, but some can only be redeemed on Fridays.
Ariana, what are some of the most popular?
Well, we have 20 choices, but the most popular choice is the family night bag. This bag includes one movie, 2 bags of popcorn, and 3 boxes of candy. The second most popular choice is the teacher accent. Speaking of teacher accent, I'm going to turn my name now.
Xavier, tell me about your experience with the SOAR program.
Last year was rough for me. My behavior was not where it was supposed to be. It was a bad year. Then this year, the first 2 weeks were bad again. But it changed. Today I am doing well and people look up to me. The SOAR program has helped me to be more respectful and do my work. This year is so much different. Go Eagles!
Thank you, Xavier. Back to y'all.
Great job, Monica. Thanks for your report on the SOAR program at the East Jackson Board of Education. What are you doing? What's going on?
Oh, yeah, thank you. I'll get it. I got it. So, one of the rewards that students can earn from getting their SOAR points is to actually get a teacher or staff member to have an accent. And she has chosen, Ariana has chosen for you to have an accent. Okay. And it is, have you ever heard of the character Austin Powers?
Yes, I have.
Well, you're going to be Austin Powers for a moment.
Actually, it's not Austin Powers. It's Dr. Evil.
Oh, you're going to do Dr. Evil.
Right here.
Dr. Evil.
On the paper.
Well, Dr. Evil, tell me, how long have you been at East Jackson working here on the news crew?
For about 10 seconds right now. Okay?
10 seconds on the news crew?
Sure, on the news crew.
You've heard about the SOAR program. Would you want your children to be here at East Jackson?
Let me tell you real quick, okay? After what I've heard, it sounds like they're doing a fabulous job there. Fabulous job. So I'm really thinking about maybe taking Scotty out of Evil School and bringing him on down here to EJMS, getting him in that SOAR program. You know, Scotty don't like chocolate, but Daddy does.
Awesome. Well, hey, thank you so much for being here, Dr. Evil. I didn't know I was going to interview you, but it's turned out pretty well. And thank you so much for describing the SOAR program, kids. You did an excellent job.
Yes, you did.
This is Dr. Evil and Mr. Poston checking out from the newsroom.
Thank you to our live news crew in the newsroom, as well as our students who were willing to share with you guys tonight. I'd also like to add that those 2 items that they mentioned, the family movie night is actually one of our more popular items, and so much so that we actually had to start capping how many students could redeem each week, because there were so many students who wanted to take home the movie bag so that they could enjoy a family movie night, that we didn't have enough to go around. So we ended up having to cap that, so now we have 10 of those available. So the students rush to redeem their points as fast as possible to be able to get that reward. And then the teacher accent reward, walking into a classroom with a teacher who has been given the teacher accent reward card, and hearing them teach math or teach social studies using a nice southern drawl. That's very entertaining. Miss Crow has done a fabulous job with the southern drawl accent. Miss Crow, yes ma'am. Or as you see with Mr. Nichols, they love to have him do Dr. Evil, so that's one of his favorites. We would like to take the moment also to thank you to United Community Bank, who has so graciously sponsored our SWOR program this year, as well as our parents. One of our parents, Leah Hollett, has done an amazing job working to pull all of our movie night bags together on a weekend, and every week, week in, week out. So we want to say thank you to those people. Before we turn it back over to you, Dr. Howard, every single morning on the news crew, Miss Alexander and I start our day live announcements with our students. And before we sign off every day, we remind every teacher and student in our building what we are committed to. And so I thought that we would start our agenda this evening by having our students share with you what our commitments are. So at East Jackson Middle School, the teachers and staff are
all in for all kids.
And every day at EJMS, our students
Soar.
Do they glide? No. What do?
They soar.
They soar. They soar. And our students at any given moment during the day can tell you what our commitments are. And so I wanted you to hear from them what the commitments are at East Jackson Middle School. So thank you for giving us this time. Dr. Howard?
Thank you so much, Ms. Barnett. And Annika and team did an outstanding job. Thank you for sharing with us about the program. We really appreciate it. Anything, Mr. Bryant or other board members?
I think that's a really good program as far as to be able to learn as far as the news media and things. Certainly, I've seen a lot of people on TV that could certainly use your talent. So keep going, keep soaring.
All right, thank you very much. Each month we have the privilege of recognizing our high school students who are being recognized by the Rotary program. So at this time I'd like to ask Mr. Dixon from East Jackson Comprehensive High School to come recognize several students who I think he has here with him, as well as a couple of outstanding teachers. So Mr. Dixon, I'll turn it over to you, sir.
We have Emily and our student are working tonight, but we have Robbie and Mr. G. You want to join us, please? Robbie Andrews is an exceptional student that does exceptional work on a regular basis, and it's clear by just recognizing the courses that this young man takes. It's quite impressive. He is in AP Environmental Science, AP Econ, AP Lit, AP Calculus, and certainly not to be underrated, but AP Statistics as well. So that's a heck of a schedule, and wow, I'm certainly impressed. Not only that, he finds his time to spend in the marching band, the wind ensemble, and the academic team as well. And if you're ever on the 7th green, you can always leave a golf ball or two in my backyard. He's a golfer. He's a golfer. So some of his honors and awards are: he is a UGA Certificate of Merit and winner and academic letterman. And he was the October Math Student of the Month. I guess with 2 AP classes, that wasn't a hard pick at all. So, and he's going to introduce and tell about his most influential teacher and your college plans, if you don't mind. You might want to. I'm just loud, so.
I'm here with my teacher, Mr. Gisasola, or as we call him, Mr. G. He's been my teacher, my band teacher, for about 4 years now. He's taught me so much. It's been not only has he taught me just how to play an instrument, but he taught me just a lot of life lessons like work ethic, just how to become a better person overall. And I wouldn't be the person I am today without his help and guidance throughout these years. And for college plans, my plan right now is to attend UGA and enter into a pre-med program, either become maybe a dentist or a radiologist. And my options are still open, but kind of have that plan so far.
I need a good cardiology. Can you hurry?
Well, it's been right now it's going pretty well. I'm not sure quite yet. Yeah, like, I'm not sure. My options are still open. I'm not sure if I want to become a dentist yet, but I'm very intrigued by the medical field in general. It's just very interesting to me. So, and couldn't have done that help without Mr. G and just his help and everything. And East Jackson High School has just been a great environment for me to learn, and it's been an honor to succeed in this environment. And I thank everything to them. It's been an honor.
Great job. Well done. We need to look and honor his parents out there, Robbie or Robert and Michelle. Is Michelle with you, Robert?
She couldn't come tonight.
Okay, but great job. Thank you very much. We enjoy it.
Congratulations to all of you. Fantastic job. Very proud of you. And Mr. Dixon did mention that Katie Mueller, for November, they were not able to attend, but Katie Mueller and Emily Gunderson were not able to attend because of other commitments, but we commend them on their recognition as well.
One's at the chorus show and the other one's got a job.
Oh my, good for her. All right, excellent. All right, Dr. Jones, if you could share with us the updates from Jackson County High School's Rotary recognitions.
All right, it's certainly my honor to introduce Jackson County High School's Rotary Student of the Month, Miss Taylor Ann Pruitt. So Taylor Ann, if you'll come on up. And she chose Miss Brooke Curtis as her most influential teacher. So Miss Curtis, if you can come on up here. So Taylor Ann is one of those students who is just the lifeblood of the school. One of the friendliest people that you will ever come into contact with. Just a pleasure to be around all the time. Everybody knows who she is. We're just blessed to have her. So it's such a privilege to be standing up here next to her. Taylor Ann is kind of one of the new generations of students. She spends the majority of her time not in a typical classroom. She has 4 periods of work-based learning. She splits that time. She spends time in our counseling office, and then she also goes over to North Jackson Elementary School and works in their after-school program. When she is in class, she's taking government and economics, pre-calculus, and advanced comp. So that's the exciting thing about today's high schools, is that we're having a lot of students who are not like myself, who was in the classroom all day like you would typically imagine. So she's in the classroom a little bit, but then she's out working and really practicing her craft. Like I said, she is heavily involved in our school. She has been a girls basketball manager for 7 years. And she's been in the FCCLA for 5 years, and this year is the president of that organization. She's been a part of Skills USA for 3 years and is the secretary this year. She's in the Spanish Honor Society. She's been in that for 2 years, and she's the president of that. She's a part of the National Honor Society. She's been in that organization for 3 years. Beta Club for 3 years. She's been part of our Jackson County leadership team all 4 years of her high school career. She's been a member of the ring committee this year. Each year they choose the rings for the high school class ring. And then she's also a registered poll worker. So she's been involved with our elections, which has been exciting too. So she's received academic excellence every year and has been chosen as a CTA Student of the Year in 2017. So again, just a well-rounded young lady. And like I said, she's just a joy to be around every day. So I'm going to turn the mic over to her so she can talk a little bit about why she chose Ms. Curtis as her most influential teacher and what she plans to do after high school.
Hey, I'm Taylor Ann. Thanks for having me tonight. Hopefully I won't cry, but I chose Ms. Curtis because of her heart and her truthfulness in the classroom. She cared about everyone, not just, the people that were there for it and learned, were the hard workers and stuff. She wanted everyone to be able to make it in life, and not just the classroom. If you were having a bad day, she was always there for you. And I would have pity days, or I would have stressed out days, and she would, give me that 5-10 minutes to, yell at her, or not at her, but about my day. and she'd be like, okay, Taylor, it's time to get over it. You got to do your work. You got this. She would always be there for me. And I don't have her class this year, but I still go by and I still have tears and, things I have to talk about, and college and life, and it's a lot. And she's always been there for me. And also her honesty. She's a mom of 2 boys, and she knows that life isn't always rainbows and butterflies, and she'll tell you that. And so there again, she knows that you'll have bad days, and she'll be there for you for that. And my most favorite thing is she's not a toucher, but I'm a really touchy-feely person, and she always lets me hug her. Because sometimes I just need a hug, and she'll give it to me, even if she doesn't like it. I really appreciate that, because sometimes you just need a hug. And so yeah, I got through that. For college, I plan to go to Georgia College and State University in Milledgeville. I would like to become a counselor. I do an internship at the counseling office for one period, and I plan to major in psychology and minor in business and education to further that career and be in the schools, but also help do nonprofit stuff.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
And again, Taylor Ann, it's just a pleasure to have you. And Ms. Curtis, thank you so much for guiding not only Taylor Ann, but all the students that you have and those that even aren't in your class. So we certainly appreciate you all very much. And I also wanted to thank Taylor Ann's parents, Mr. Brian and Ms. Shannon Pruitt. Thank you so much for sharing your treasure with us. She's a wonderful young lady. Thank you.
Congratulations, Ms. Curtis and Ms. Taylor Ann. We're very proud of you. Does she just make you smile? Makes you smile. That's awesome. All right. We've been very, very fortunate to receive tremendous support from our community in a variety of ways. The next recognition is on behalf of Aiken Ford, and I do not believe Mr. Farmer. Where's Mr. Farmer? En route, not able to. Okay, so we may do this presentation next month if he wasn't able to come. We have a nice presentation. The board will approve this evening as an action item, a resolution of commendation. They've been able to basically let us use 2 very nice trucks for our FFA program, and so our board would like to recognize them. The next recognition that I'd like to bring forth is Mr. Nicholson. I'll let you talk just briefly about the competitive grant that in our Chromebooks.
Sure. So we actually recognized the winners at Thursday's work session, but I wanted to take the opportunity in a formal board meeting to again thank our board. Earlier this year, they approved around $300,000 from SPLOST funds to purchase Chromebooks, and what we're trying to do in Jackson County Schools is move towards a one-to-one initiative where every student in 3rd through 12th grade has a Chromebook that they can utilize in their classroom, with the eventual goal that we'd like to be able to have students eventually take Chromebooks home and use those away from school. And so what we did this year was slightly different. We had a competitive grant process where every teacher could apply for a set of Chromebooks for their classroom. We had 59 teachers that applied this first time around. There was a 3-tiered rubric with the final part, which was a lesson plan that was evaluated by multiple groups of folks, teachers, principals, different members on that committee. And so we had 36 teachers that received a full class set, and our technology team was able to roll these out last week. And so you have now, it was just posted just in this minute right now in our meeting on our Facebook page. We did, like I said, we showed a video last week, but if you're wanting to know, if you're out there and wanting to know if your child, if their teacher was a recipient, you can go to the Facebook page, you can go to our website as well. We will continue this work because now when we have folks that are really excited, well, with your blessing, we will continue this work. We have people that are really passionate about use of the Chromebooks, and so now we'll have model classrooms that other teachers can go and get a very specific vision of how the Chromebooks can be used to expand educational opportunities. So again, just want to publicly thank the board for making that happen. Also thank our technology team for rolling those Chromebooks out in a very quick manner. And if you want to know the specific names, they are on our Facebook page and our website.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. That's exciting, and we appreciate the work that those teachers are doing. That's a performance culture when you go the extra step to get what you need to do to serve on behalf of your students. So thank you very much. The next recognition is very special to me. We are very fortunate in Jackson County to have amazing partnerships. And over as long as I've been able to serve in this role, Jackson EMC has been an amazing partner for the Jackson County schools. There's endless numbers of ways that we could list that they have supported our schools. But right now I'd like to introduce Mr. Wade Johnson, who's going to tell you about some of the latest support that they have for us. So Wade, thank you for being here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wade Johnson. I am the Commercial and Industrial Marketing Representative at Jackson EMC, and I'm here to present not 2 but 3 very large checks to the Jackson County school system. First, I'll bring up Miss Karen Ewing. She is our Community Relations Representative to present the winner and the Bright Ideas Grant recipient for 2017.
Thank you, Wade. It's a pleasure to be here again and award Dana Harrell again with a Bright Idea Grant. She won $1,900, and she's the only teacher in Jackson County, the entire Jackson County, to have won. So she is your representative, and she has she's created a program that integrates American history and music. And this $1,900 doesn't just benefit the choral students of Mrs. Harrell or the school itself, but the entire community. And I look forward to her celebration the end of February. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And now I'd like to bring up April Sorrow. She is our Director of Public Relations and Communications at Jackson EMC to present the Empower Center grant.
Right, so thanks, Wade. Every year we give margin refunds to our members. Many of you probably get your check in December. Well, some of those dollars go unclaimed, and after a certain amount of time, Jackson EMC can decide how we're going to spend and invest that money back in our community. And this year, Wade and Joe Hicks, who's sitting over there, really advocated for a donation to the foundation to be used for the development of the Empower College and Career Center. So I have $10,000 for you guys.
Excellent segue into our margin refunds. So I have the Jackson County Schools 2017 margin refunds in the amount of just over $13,000. As most of you know, Jackson EMC is a nonprofit cooperative. So any money past the cost of doing business, we return to our members in the form of a margin refund. And so I'd like to present this to Jackson County Schools. We appreciate your partnership.
I'll take that.
We appreciate the ability to serve Jackson County Schools and your partnership. So
thank you, Wade.
Thank y'all for letting us be here tonight to present.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
very much.
As I said, we are very, very fortunate in Jackson County to share a partnership. I want to say just a couple of things, Mr. Bryant, before we go to the next, if you don't mind. Many of you know that for the past really couple of years, we've had a growing group of community leaders, and I want to thank April Sorrow, who has been at the helm of that leadership in proposing for a College and Career Academy grant for Jackson County. This has turned into a 2-year process. We did learn that we are not going to be a 2017 recipient, but we have great confidence that we will be 2018 recipients. The exciting thing about the College and Career Academy is that the folks like April and others in our community who are leading this work are so passionate and committed about it that they've just not stopped working. It has just continued to go forward. So this $10,000 will go into a fund in a reserve in the foundation, and it will be used to promote the work as we go forward. So thank you very much. And just for our community to know what we do with these funds, we put these in a foundation account, and those funds are used for things that we wouldn't otherwise be able to do, such as the Jackson County Student Leadership Team. We bring in the University of Georgia to do some training. We take these students on trips. We do things with them that we likely would not be able to do without this kind of support. And Mr. Hicks, thank you. You're kind of staying behind the scenes over there, but you've helped us a lot in the development of the Jackson Student Leadership Team. We're going to continue to grow that program. So please know that these funds don't get lost in account. They are really deliberately used to plan for what we can do to make life better for our students. So thank you again, Jackson EMC. We are very grateful for your support and appreciate you all being here. So. I did tell them if after they got finished being recognized, they needed to go. They have many engagements, so help yourself.
She's got another practice.
I get it. It's the reason she's a leader. She's in everything. All right. We have one additional recognition. I'd like to ask Dr. Blankenship to come forward with our Excellence in Service Award.
Well, it's my pleasure once again to be recognizing two very deserving recipients of our Jackson County Excellence in Service Award. Our first recipient this evening is Ms. Terry Wilson, and her nominator wishes to remain anonymous. So Terry, if you will come up and join me. Terry Wilson's job description may be Media Specialist Parapro. However, she doesn't let that job description determine what she will do to help students and teachers of JCCHS. Terry's the type of person who sees a problem and then takes it upon herself to find a solution. Last year, I was struggling with Excel. That might give it away. I don't know. And couldn't get the program to do what I needed it to do. Where most people would say, I hope you figure it out, good luck, Terry called her husband, who worked with me daily, to help me with Excel. Her willingness to find a solution saved me from hours of work. At the beginning of school this year, we had a challenge with technology. Teachers had great lessons planned, but students couldn't access some of their accounts. Terry searched and searched for an answer, sat down with her children's Google accounts, and tried several things until she found something that worked. She then spread the word to teachers so that we could get our students to participate in our technology-based lessons and start the year off on a great foot. Also, my last example has to do with the math department. We needed a large amount of copies for a new curriculum we're using this year. Terry took it upon herself to make those copies for us, staying late and coming in early to get the job done. These are a few examples of the countless ways Terry does whatever she can to help teachers teach and students learn at JCCHS. She does it without complaint, without asking for anything, and with a smile on her face. Congratulations, Terry. Our next recipient is Christy Romero. Christy, if you'll come up and join me. Her nominator is Susan Martin. Christy Romero has gone above and beyond to make sure my student succeeds. I'm not talking about succeeding in his grades. I'm talking about succeeding in life. Ms. Romero has never given up on my child. She has constantly checked in on him, answered many phone calls from a frantic mom, and she constantly encourages him. She not only makes sure he is on track to graduate, but also she actually cares if he graduates. She will sit with him and ask about his plans for the future, and she gives him confidence that he can get there. There are teachers that deal with the smartest kids and are truly honored when they succeed. Then there are teachers who don't seek accolades for their calling to work with kids that don't always receive those honors. I will never forget sitting in a meeting last May that would determine my child's future. I had an ally sitting at that table that may never know the impact she has had on our family. She refused to give up on a great kid. Thank you, Ms. Romero. And I would like to remind everyone that they can nominate a deserving individual for an Excellence in Service Award. You can find the nomination form on our website and I believe also on our Facebook page.
All right, congratulations, Ms. Romero, very deserving. And certainly Ms. Wilson as well. Thank you both very much. The impact that you have on kids and the entire culture of the school is obvious in this award, so thank you. That is all the recognitions we have for this evening. Mr. Bryant, I want to thank everyone again for being here and again the support of this community. We're very blessed.
Very good. We should have made the announcement earlier that Celinda is not well tonight. She is very much under the weather, and we're appreciative of her being on the phone and not here. 'cause, we know that she loves to hug as well, so we're going to let her stay at home and hug her kids and her husband, not us.
Hug the animals.
So anyway, I hope you feel better, Celinda. At a point now, as far as the consent agenda, we have on item 5, items 1 through 9. Is there any discussion among these items as written? If not, do I have a recommendation that we make a motion for these items in section 5?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. In section 6, we have the recommendation of Bowen and Watson to be approved construction and management and risk for the West Jackson Middle School renovations and the new construction of the high school on Skelton Road. Any discussion?
Yeah, let's talk about it just for a second, Steve. You know, we had three bids turn in for CM at risk, and pretty good folks. And I'm probably the one that got this separated out because I do have a little bit of concern that we're not getting as many bids for that as I think we should be. Bowen and Watson has been with us for 20 years and they've done a good job, but you know, this process ought to last a little longer than what it does. I'd like to see there's many other construction companies or management companies out there that do this every day. So you know, that's just kind of my feelings on it, and I want to talk about that for a second. I respect the process, and I know that rubric is pretty extensive, but I'm just kind of thinking on my own here that I wish we had more.
Any other discussion? I agree with you, Michael, as far as there are a lot of other construction companies out there. As we were at the GSBA convention last week over in Cobb County, and there are probably 10 different construction companies that construct schools. But we, on a regular basis, only have so many that apply once we put out for an open bid for the CM at risk that apply. And it is a very rigorous interview process that goes through that I've sat on that committee before, and it is a very detailed criteria that they have to meet as far as with their work experience and the things they do. So I appreciate the ones that do apply, and I wish there were more. I think that would be more competitive, you know, in the market. But I think that, you know, Bowen and Watson has definitely done a very fine job for us, and I believe this bid actually came in under bid as far as what we anticipated before. So, and the last constructions that they have done, we have actually come in even under bid that bid they've constructed. So I think that they'll do good things for us, but we'll certainly put it out for motion right now. As far as action item 6, do I have a recommendation that we approve Bowen and Watson as a construction management risk for West Jackson and the new construction at the high school?
I so move.
And second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Any other thing that we need to bring before the board tonight? Do I have a motion that we adjourn?
So moved. So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for coming. We'll see you in January.
That's right.